Hello ladies and gentlemen, Rapid Chess here. Yesterday ended game between Fabiano Caruana and Nepomniachtchi, which most likely will decide the outcome of this tournament. I'm not saying that Fabi cannot win, just it's very important result. Yeah, it changes a lot. And Fabi haven't managed to win with white pieces, and he had big advantage and he didn't pull it off. So I'd say that he still has like maybe 20%, but most likely Ian will prevail. All right, let's see the game. What I read that basically Fabiano is the best at being at playing the best games. Yeah, he has a lot of advantages. Actually, against Ian, he had like 2 winning positions basically, and he scored only 1 point. And he shows a lot of ideas. People say that better than Nepomniachtchi, but Nepomniachtchi is he had this dead draw against Rapport, and then Rapport did something ridiculous, just unbelievably bad, and Ian won. So Fabi is not even near to Ian in regarding the being the lucky one. Yeah. So that's why I think that Nepomniachtchi will win the tournament, and not only about and of course because he is just 1 point ahead. So Russian defense, very predictable. Result-oriented, Ian was right, but game a bit, not a bit, but very suspicious, yeah, what he got there. So symmetrical system, bishop to d3, bishop to d6, and c4. So the problem here for black is that the knight on e4, it stands really good, but you need to reinforce it all the time, and when you reinforce it, white starts attacking it from all sides. c6, rook e1, development on every move, bishop to f5. Now 2 attackers against 1 defender, so you need to defend it more. Bishop to b3. So the game against the Rapport, I think that time I said that it's some sideline, but it's not. It's the main line now, and queen here does a lot of things. So first of all, it attacks b7, I must say, and also it attacks d5. So this bishop kind of helps white to attack this pawn. Yeah, so and you don't really want to take, because then you might lose your knight, or white can get more development. Queen d7, knight to h4, and bishop to e6. So you cannot go here, because then white wins pawn for nothing. Yeah, and it's really more than enough to win. Bishop c2, a3, defending from knight to b4, and f5. This is very risky decision. Ian was already on his own, and Fabi was playing like following his analysis. The problem with this move, it has of course pros. Yes, the pros are that you defend your h7 pawn, and your knight is very well defended. White cannot ever capture it. But after f3, which is coming, yeah, you will have problems with this pawn. And generally, it really weakens all these squares around the king, which will, in 5 moves, it will become very, very big issue for black. Knight c3, rook c8, pinning the knight, and f3. Ian thought for a while, I think, here, and he played bishop to e7, which is the best move. Very important to you know, start thinking at the right moment and not allow your opponent to I mean, it's just it's important to make the best moves, obviously, yeah, but Ian here was out of his prep, and he found basically the only move how to continue the game. Engine says that black is doing okayish, but if you just play it, make just a random move like knight f6, it's already losing. Yeah, bishop takes f5, losing a pawn, and Ian looks for activity, for some counterplay, bishop to e7, and here g3. So if I would play white, I'm sorry, I would think that I'm doing bad because bishop takes and pawn takes, that this pawn structure is terrible and black will come after me soon. But these grandmasters, they somehow understand it, yeah, and they understand that this position, yeah, that it's like knight to d6, for instance, yeah, that this is lost for black. Yeah, that king will go to h1, rook to g1, queen to g2, and they have dark squares, and this pawn is actually not a bad one, and they will win. But I think many amateurs would take black here. So this didn't happen. He played g3 and knight to d6. You need to defend your knight, save it. Queen a4 again wouldn't play like this. It's a very good move, the strongest probably, but I'd play queen e2 automatically here, because why not? You can double the pieces, and they're clumped up. The only move is knight to c7, and I'd like to play against the king, but queen a4 is actually very strong as well. Bishop f6, again not taking this pawn, this knight, in order to ruin this pawn structure, just going for this weak d4 square. Takes, and knight to d5, but black has counterplay with check and king to g2. So what's going on here? It doesn't look that black is doing that bad, yeah, but the problem, this pawn for instance, yeah, it's attacked multiple times and it's not easy to defend. Yeah, if you play g6, I don't know, it weakens a lot of squares. This is hanging, so you can fork these two pieces, and this bishop here is not developed, you can say, but it can go to f4 with tempo, and it actually does a lot of job here. So many commentators were saying that like white is doing very well. Rook e8, I think it's the only move basically to save material. Bishop f4, knight c5, attacking this bishop. Check, and king f7. So Ian defending perfectly, he doesn't make too many mistakes, and at this point Fabi had 14 minutes, and I don't know what happened, why he played like this, but bishop f1 gives white a big advantage. I don't know, it's just hard to make. The only move is knight to c8, which I thought that, okay, it's probably because this knight is attacked, and you can't really defend it. There is no way rather than to play like this. If you play something like knight to b5, then it's like windmill, yeah, knight c7, winning in exchange at least. So it's the only move. But Fabio didn't play this bishop f1, he just took this pawn on f5. What I don't like is that, I mean, taking is like last resort. Yeah, of course you play for winning material, but when you exchange everything, you have to be really clear, understand that it's you can materialize your win in point, and at this point everything exchanges really quickly. He exchanged everything, knight to d3, attacking everything. So he played rook to e4, and the end took on b2. So now material is equal. Probably, I don't know whether Fabi calculated all this, but he was thinking that maybe he can chop one of these pieces. That's what I would think. But turns out that you can't. And ancient shows all zeros. Bishop takes a3, goes back, g6, attacking the bishop. Yeah. So he proposed the exchange, and here they started repeating the moves. Yeah, it's a draw. So this was the crucial moment. Fabio played a perfect game. He outplayed his opponent, but when he had to find one move, I don't think it's really like difficult. Because if you go here again, you cannot capture, because then you lose your knight and you will lose extra material. Yeah, so okay, thank you for watching, and see you next time.